here we go. So this was me measuring out all the flour. This is totally not sped up whatsoever. I was actually working at the speed of light. This was when I was reading the recipe and I didn't understand because it said 2 to 3 tablespoons of something. Is it 2 or is it 3? It didn't make any sense to me, so I was a little annoyed with that, but it's okay. Next was I started making the yeast mixture with everything, and I ended up having to rig my phone onto the microwave to get this shot. It was really cool, and I was hoping it didn't fall into the bowl. So I've never worked with yeast before, and I was just really hoping I was doing this right. I think I was. Probably. Here's me whisking that mixture, and so eventually it will rise. Again, totally moving at this pace in real life. This was probably one of the most enjoyable parts, dumping flour onto a surface, because it felt like I'm not making a mess. I'm actually being productive, but it looks like a mess. This is me sprinkling the salt all around, which I don't know if I was doing that right, but it's okay. After that, I got the sugar to sprinkle in. They called for 3/4 cups, but I didn't film the whole thing because I didn't realize that my arm was in the camera for 90% of the shot. After that, I mixed up the sugar, flour, and salt a bit to make sure that it was all evenly mixed. My yeast mixture was busy rising, and once it was done, I put 3 eggs into the center of my flour volcano. After that, I added the yeast mixture, which had risen a bit and it was a lot thicker than it was before. And then I had to mix it into dough, which originally was pretty dry and crumbly, so I ended up having to add a bit of water to it, and then it was just about perfect. And this was supposed to be me in a time lapse of rolling out the dough, but it kind of just looks like a tornado. This is me adding the butter to the dough. It called for a lot of butter. There was butter all over the stove, and this is me zesting little tiny oranges we had because we didn't have any big ones. Added a bit of vanilla extract into it and continued kneading the dough for 30 minutes straight. My arms were hurting, I was sweating, and we were around the 2-hour mark of me working on this, and I was about done. Then I had to let that rise for an hour and take a break for my poor arms. Next, I put them out on a baking sheet. Totally didn't forget to record that. This is when they're done out of the oven. Some of the scolds ended up rolling off of the bread, but it's okay. They still tasted really good. I sprinkled a bit of powdered sugar on it and gave it to my very professional food critic, Mom. She took a bite and she really, really enjoyed it. It had a subtle sweetness to it with a bit of a tanginess of the orange. And it was not too dry, but not too moist either. It was just right. I also gave it to my other food critic, very professional, Bess in Tennessee. She enjoyed it. And that was the finished product. Okay, bye.